Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with My Hero Academia. Last time on My Hero Academia, we had Red Riot, where Red Riot and Fat Gum took on two more of the Heiseikai members, and we also got basically kind of origin for Kirishima, where we got a bit of his backstory of how he always wanted to be a hero, but he just couldn't do it. But after an incident and realizing what made a hero, even if they're afraid, they still go, that's when he dedicated all of his time to getting stronger and making sure that he never hesitated again. And sure enough, he went in there and helped Fat Gum, and they defeated those two bullets. I believe they were bullets. They might not have been bullets. They could have been bullets, though. I don't know. And yeah, that was all pretty good and great. So that was pretty much that. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of My Hero Academia, what you got to do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment. Click on the link. That will take you over to the reaction. You can watch it just like a normal reaction. And when you're done with that, you can pop right back over here to this episode for the discussion. Hopefully you understood all that mumbling. With that said, let's get right into this episode of My Hero Academia. Here we go. Alrighty, that's episode 10. Man, oh man, we're powering right through this season, aren't we? Well, interesting development. So, we didn't get much of the League working with the Yakuza, because now they're going to start tearing down the Yakuza from the inside. Honestly, yeah, if the League helps the heroes, then the Heiseikai will be gone, which is exactly what Shigaraki wants. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Definitely interesting that now, from what it seems, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I think it looks like Twice and Toga are going to team up with Deku and Eraser. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and hop into the notes. First thing I wrote down is Rappa and the MMA. So this was interesting. So he doesn't really care necessarily. He just wants a good fight, which is interesting. So now at first I was thinking like, okay, well why didn't you go fight All Might or something, back when All Might had power? But granted, he wasn't a villain. The most villainy he's done is just sort of be a part of the Heiseikai. And even then, the Shie Heiseikai is not necessarily a villainous group. They're still just the Yakuza. They operate in that gray area. So yeah, it's... So I guess that makes sense. Okay, so he was always looking for a good fight, but he could never do it. And the only person that's ever beaten him is Overhaul, and he beat him 5 times. And yeah, interesting thing about his power, to get a bit more of his power, is that he killed Rappa, just completely killed him, like he killed Magna, but then rebuilt him, just kept rebuilding him, and he could actually bring him back to life, which is interesting. I mean, presumably just because it was such a recent kill, because he could bring, he could splatter all of the parts of Rappa everywhere and then just bring it all back together because it was all right there. Now, it makes you question, why doesn't he fix the boss? I don't remember if they said the boss was his father or not. Well, yeah, he said that. So why doesn't he, fix the boss? Because it seems like he can do that. I don't know. I'd be very curious about that. And honestly, this does put up a good, all right, how are they going to beat this guy? Well, first off, Mirio is going on his own. So if he makes it there, he's going to be on his own. That's going to be pretty tricky to go up against, But yeah, how... Because, see, the thing is, with villains, okay, Nomu was pretty simple, just go and, fight. All for One was kind of the same way, but for Deku specifically, when he faces off against, Stain, Stain doesn't have any power quirk, you know? It's just his agility and the fact that he can paralyze someone that made him such a threat, even to 3, students there, Deku, Ida, and Todoroki. So now it's like, okay, for this, like, okay, so how do you fight a guy that can literally rip your entire body apart in an instant, How would you do that? I don't know. That's going to be pretty tricky. The only thing I could think is if, at least with Mirio, if he can't touch Mirio, then he should be okay. Like, I assume it has to be physical contact, and the good thing for Mirio is that he can become intangible. But at some point, he is going to have to make something tangible so he can hit. I don't know. I think this is going to be a pretty crazy fight once we get to it. But yeah. So yeah, that was just an interesting thing with Rappa, and he wants Kirishima and Fat Gum to heal up. Specifically Kirishima, because he wants there to be... He wants it to be a fight to the death, and he thinks Kirishima can give him that fight. Now, Kirishima is probably going to be out for a while, But, I mean, that's the thing, is that it's like Fat Gum said, there's not going to be a next time, Like, no, this isn't going to happen, because, yeah, they're sitting there healing, and while they're healing, the police are going to come in and arrest them, So, that's the thing. We also got a little flashback of Kirishima first going to the Fat Gum agency, which is interesting. And I like how they said that, Tamaki brought Kirishima specifically because he recognized the self-doubt, He did recognize that self-doubt in Kirishima and knew that Fat Gum would probably be the best to help, So, because, I mean, you gotta think, like, how did Tamaki originally select Fat Gum, Why is it that Fat Gum was the one, did he select Tamaki? Maybe. But that's definitely why Tamaki selected Kirishima. So, yeah. So I like that, He knew that Fat Gum could help Kirishima with his self-doubt. So that was really, really good. Let's see. We had Lock's quirk, Lockdown, which, I mean, yeah, we kind of knew is, it's the stasis from Breath of the Wild, which is interesting. And, of course, Lock has to start complaining about stuff. He's really annoying. Like, I don't know what to say. Like he's just a complainer, and it's ridiculous, but whatever. But his power is still interesting, locking up certain parts of the wall so that they don't get crushed. And then, yeah, it was interesting that it's like, oh, well, we don't have, Fat Gum and Kirishima anymore, so we can't, so it's going to be hard to start busting through walls. But you do still have Midoriya. And that's the thing, is now, of that group, Midoriya is really the only heavy hitter left. I don't know why I said that weird, but whatever. But yeah, Midoriya is really the only heavy hitter left, which is crazy. And he can't even use all his power, necessarily, without busting himself. So, yeah. And then we got Toga and Twice, the Temp squad, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. I like that, just going in and, when Lock says, oh, thanks for busting through, Midoriya. Like, wait a second, he wouldn't know Midoriya's name. Even if he does know Midoriya's name, he would say Deku because that's his hero name. So that's an immediate red flag. But I like that Aizawa figured it out. It's like, okay, there's a stab wound and a clone. This has to be Toga. So he figured it out. So I like that. That was pretty cool. And then this time we got to see Toga naked instead of just Kami. So, yeah. That was nice. How old is Toga? Did someone say she was 17? God damn it, these animes making it harder for me. While making it harder for me. Anyway. I'm about to make a video public, so, yeah, keeping an eye on the clock. But anyway, yeah. But we did get Toga going in and fighting. I did like that. We don't really get Toga fighting that much, So, I did really like that. I thought that was cool. Alright, just give me a sec. 2, 1, click. Okay. And that's And that. And okay. Now I'm done. Anyway, so yeah, it was actually cool seeing her fight, and she actually did, get a one-up on Lock. I keep forgetting his name, but yeah, she did get the one-up on Lock, mainly because she had one of her own clones there from Twice, which was pretty cool. So yeah, and then yeah, we got Twice Twice trying to take on Sir Nidai. It was good seeing Sir Nidai do a bit more fighting, because he didn't really go on the offensive against Deku, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, it's like, he made a clone of Rappa to go with him, but that clone, got taken down so easily. And that was interesting, just the support weapons that Nidai had. So yeah, I like that. And we had the whole purpose of the League teaming up with the Hisaikai was so that they could infiltrate and eventually destroy the Hisaikai, which is interesting. So now Toga and Twice are going to help the heroes take down some of the key Hisaikai members. For instance, Mimic guy. I don't remember his name. But yeah, so that's pretty interesting. It's like, we're going to force you to play nice. It's like, so this is some strange alliance of convenience that we're going to have now. So I like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, great episode. Really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, just very, very interesting altogether. And I like seeing, you know what I like seeing? I like Shigaraki being a competent boss, because we don't get that very often, especially like in season 2 when he was still like, when he didn't really have much, and he was just, at conflict with Stain and stuff like that. So I like that he is really coming into his own as a villain, and even convincing them. It's like, I don't want to do this, so why would I go do it? And it's like, you're doing this for us, And I like this. Like, I want you to infiltrate and destroy them from the inside. Like, that's pretty cool. I really like that. So, Shigaraki is getting smarter, definitely. So, I'm really, really... Just every time now they cut back to Shigaraki, it's honestly just amazing. Just to see how his mind is working now. So, I really did like that. And yeah, seems like we're going to have some sort of alliance of convenience coming up, so we'll have to see how that goes, definitely. But that's it. Really great episode, and I'm looking forward to where we are headed next time. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of My Hero Academia reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.